folks. This is Johnny and
Johnny.
And we're here to introduce an endeavor that we've been waiting very patiently and actually getting out to the public, and that's going to be the Lipsham and Geib Songwriting Simplified website. And there's going to be just a wealth of information on this site. On the homepage, there are some useful links to resources. There is an About Us page where you can actually see where we come from and actually how we have gone through our experiences as songwriters. There is a videos page, which is really going to be useful. There's already a couple of videos up there, and songwriting tools, collaboration options, and then, of course, our Songwriting Simplified podcast, which Johnny will be talking about here in a couple of minutes. And we have a members page, and we hope that you actually join, and you will receive updates pretty much on a weekly basis about new videos and maybe new discussions going on in the Home Studio Trainers Songwriters group for Studio One users over at Facebook. And we'll put a link to that at the bottom of the page. Lastly, here for the site, we have the blogs page, and this is where when Johnny and I come up with things that we want to talk about, just to actually put out there, maybe get some discussion going, this is also going to be a great place if you have a blog of your own that you can actually send us these blogs and ideas that you have, and we'll actually post them up here and see if we can get a discussion going. So now let's take it to Johnny here and go through what we're actually going to have planned for the podcasts.
Okay, our podcasts are going to be centered around, each individual episode will be centered around a different subject, a different topic. And that might be something like lyrical styles, narrative styles, different forms and structures for your songs. We'll also look at things in a bit more depth to do with the actual music that goes with your song. So we're not just talking about lyrics here. We'll be talking about form and structure for the music aspect of your song. And so we'll look at melody, what makes a good melody, what makes a good hook in a melody. We'll also look at harmony and chord changes and how those can affect the mood of your song, and how you can actually have the music kind of almost narrate your song for you. So bring the emotion to a particular lyric.
And don't kid yourself, folks, because I'll be learning a lot right along with you with this stuff.
Or it'll also contrast as well. So, we'll look at all of those issues and all those styles, and Johnny and I will discuss them in great depth in those particular episodes. Also, we have live streams planned. The live streams, this is where you guys can really get involved, because if you come and join us on our live streams, you can ask us any questions, you can raise any issues that you might have with songs or something you want to explore, or even just to give us ideas for podcast episodes. You can do all of that on the live stream. It'll be very interactive. I personally will also be doing something called Periscope. If you don't know what Periscope is a live broadcasting app that is owned by Twitter. So if you are on Twitter, come follow me at Johnny Lipsham. And when I do my Periscope broadcasts, you will be able to interact with me. And what I will do in those broadcasts is you will actually get to see me working on my songs right here in my studio. And you can see how I put into practice the things that we talk about in our articles on the website and the podcast episodes as well.
All right, and also for those of you users who are using Studio One, you'll be happy to know that most of this is going to be Studio One based. Actually, all of it's going to be Studio One based. We're going to be using things like the Arranger track and the Scratch Pad, which I can show you briefly here in this particular song here. This is by Rick Knockvey and his band, and when you're working with Studio One, the ability to be able to take certain parts and shuffle them around, like here you have a verse, and I can actually lift this verse and put it after the second verse, intro, chorus, verse 2, verse, and then chorus 2. I can actually take an entire part and actually remove it from the song. There is so much that you can do with Studio One that really allows you to build your songs and to build it into something, or take an existing song and totally tear it apart and maybe make something new out of it. All right, so thanks again for watching, and become a member at lipshamandgeib.com, as well as the Facebook group HST Songwriting for Studio One users. Post your songs, post your ideas, and we hope to see you in the next video.